So, I was reading a lot of these Trump comments, or a lot of comments in line anyway, and people were arguing about grocery prices, and a lot of these were either YouTube videos about high grocery prices or grocery stores closing down or hospitals closing down. And you will still see the comments in the section talk about this is Biden economic, this is Joe Biden's fault. Literally, that's what they're saying, right? But here's the thing. If I was to ask all the Trump supporters, are you Christian? They're like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm a for Christian. And I'd be like, do you believe in Ten Commandments? Oh yeah. They should be hung up in schools. Can you name the Ten Commandments? Very few of them could. What did Ten Commandments say about lying? What did God say about lying? Right? But you guys are going to lie, not blame the person that you voted for, take responsibility. Now, some of you have been posting on different platforms that you do regret your vote. Well, you should have thought about that long beforehand. You were told, you were warned, and you ignored. And some of this is Democratic's fault too, for not running proper campaigning. We'll just put it at that. For not running on the proper ideas that might affect most Americans. So a lot of this is Democrats' fault too, for running on a platform for a smaller percentage of people than the larger anyway, right? So, if you can't find in the Bible where it says about lying, you don't even realize it was part of the Ten Commandments, and you're still blaming Joe Biden, it's because you haven't. Let's just say that if you were to call Fox News right now and ask those same questions, right? And let's say a Fox News host, which many have, still blame Biden for the economy, still blame Biden for all this, and you were to ask the same questions. You were to say, hey, do you believe in God? Do you believe in the Ten Commandments? Do you think it's okay to lie? Then you ask them, why are you lying? Well, it's because they're more afraid of Trump and what he's going to do to them than they are to the Lord, which means they're not Christians. You see, people will only sin in life when they no longer fear the Lord. That's the absolute truth. Some people over time have dismissed the Lord from even existing. This allows them to be disillusioned that they could create their own morals and values, and that's not working out for many people, right? So here's the here's the problem. A couple problems. One is grocery prices are high is because they got rid of a lot of illegals. Everybody knows this, even Trump supporters know it. They can't keep blaming Biden for this, and they don't have a lot of people picking the crops. So a lot of crops have gone wasted, which causes prices to go up because the rarity of a lot of the items. Two, the other problem is the alienation of other countries, right? So we're not getting a lot of trade deals done like Trump thought he was the king of trade deals. So China's no longer buying soybean seeds, right? And so a lot of farmers can't sell their soybeans. Well, it's because of their policy of hate. Then you have a lot of hospitals closing down. Some places, the only hospital in the entire county is closing because of drastic cuts to Medicare. So Trump could either build his big ballroom and claim that was for the budget while giving himself and rich people tax breaks. That's all that was. So, all these hospital closings, you don't understand why. You got to drive 2 hours to the next hospital. That's your own fault, man. You voted for it. You have to accept it. You wanted to make sure rich people got richer instead of voting for, somebody that was going to be more for you and keep policy more for the people. You started to vote against yourself out of hate. I'm still seeing people say, well, this is what I voted for in every ICE immigration video, even though ICE has been detaining Americans. They don't even check, right? So I just saw another one where they tackled a car wash owner. He was 76 years old. They tackled him to the ground, detained him for 12 hours. Tackling a 76-year-old man, that's insane, man. That just means you have so much hate in your heart that you feel you have to tackle a 76-year-old. You just can't walk up and, and check him out properly beforehand. But you're going to put him in a detainment center, then check him. It's wrong. That's what the Gestapo was doing. The other thing is, I've actually stopped talking to people I play games online is because they're pro-Trump supporters. One of them said something stupid like, oh, but everybody keeps calling Trump Hitler, and if they're going to treat him like Hitler, but if you read history, Trump is nothing like history. Well, I've done videos on it where I've shown proof. Other people have done even deeper. They show him proof where Trump is quite like Hitler, and what he's doing is exactly what Hitler is doing, and his supporters, and what ICE is the Gestapo. So there, you have these Trump supporters with this idiotic mentality that they just can't be wrong about stuff, and they can't accept it. So they rather America fail. They rather America just falter as a country. I mean, America is not guaranteed anywhere that they're going to keep existing as a country. There is no contract with God. Whatever contract with God you thought you had, you threw that out the window with your hate. And when you go against God and you favor Trump and you start supporting and worshiping him. And yes, if you have Trump flags in your house, you have these little shrines with Trump stuff everywhere, you're worshiping Trump. That's a false idol. Sorry to say that, but that's what it is. You don't worship God. You can't say, Trump is my president, but Jesus, no, it doesn't work that way, right? You're worshiping Trump. You're going to have to accept the fact that you already turned your body on God, you turn your back on God. That's just facts. Now, I can't help you with that. That's your own decision, bad decision making that you made. The other thing is blaming Biden for stuff. Biden did a lot of stuff for a lot of people, including vets. It doesn't make sense for a vet to hate Biden when under Biden they finally passed the PAC Act for a lot of veterans who were sick. You know, and people say, well, now the veterans agencies are passing stuff at a faster pace. Anybody just go through paperwork and keep stamping no, 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 reject, 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 reject. But you have to go through and you got to do things right. And it does take too long under Biden. It should have been done faster. But you have to do it at a speed that's one consistent accuracy so the people can get the help that they need accurately. You can't just be rushing everybody. That's where you're prone to mistakes to begin with. And there's been a lot of mistakes. So the other thing they won't publish is how many people have been rejected and why many people have to go back and reapply or, file for an appeal. So, these Trump supporters and their anti-Christian movement that's going on, and this false flag of being Christians, well, it's mentioned in the Bible. The Bible says that when they go to heaven, they're going to say, well, you know what? When they go before God, they're going to say, I threw out demons for you. I cast out demons, but Jesus will say, I know you not. I don't know you because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You didn't worship the right things. You didn't value the right values. You weren't loving your man. Bible says, love thy neighbor. When you see somebody posting, this is what I voted for when an immigrant gets tackled, or when you find out later it was an American just got tackled by ICE just because of his color of his skin, you sit there and say that's what you voted for, you don't love your neighbor. You're in violation of the Ten Commandments instantly. That's just fact. Not to mention, America is a nation of immigrants, for immigrants, built on the back of slaves. I mean, sad to say, but that's what it is. It's not anything more than that. Okay? I'm not for criminal immigrants that come here. I'm not for, murderers. I'm not for, rapists, whatever you want to call them. I'm not for them. I'm not for Americans doing that. Okay, that's a different issue. Yeah, that should be tackled. But you have so much hate for your heart that grocery prices have to double, sometimes might even triple, where you got to pay almost $2 for one apple, and yet your paycheck ain't going up. So then I see the honest Trump supporters. Those are the ones that actually get me. These honest Trump supporters. There's one comment in particular said, you know what? I don't care if I lose my job. He flat out said this, I don't care if I lose my job. I will still support Trump. I would just find something else to do. Even though there's Americans are posting every day, they're applying 200-300 jobs and they're not getting any callbacks to find out a lot of these companies actually ain't even hiring to begin with. A lot of people can't find jobs right now. A lot of people are losing their cars. We have repos at the highest rate it's ever been. People are losing their homes at rates it's ever been. People don't know how they're going to feed their families tomorrow. And you just magically think you're the gifted one that you're just going to find something tomorrow if you lose your job today because your love for Trump is more than your love for being smart and intelligent. I don't know what's worse, to be honest. These honest Trump supporters that recognize what's going on and just accept it, still support Trump, or the ones that blindly just won't admit they're wrong and they keep going down the same road. And ironically, the roads lead at the same place. That's what gets me. I don't understand where America has gotten to this point where ignorance is just, it's not even bliss. It's just accepted as the new norm. Man, I could just, some of these people, they're idiocracy, right? So I don't know what to tell a lot of Americans anymore. I don't know what to say to a lot of people. I don't know what to do anymore. It's just your hate is killing America, man. That's all it is. Your hate is killing America.